time is it about 8 o'clock?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Panther Arena for this conference game between Little Rock Southwest Griffins and your Cabot Panther. First is scoring lineup for Little Rock Southwest. Number 1, Jonathan Hudson. Number 3, Brandon Green. Number 5, Jeremy Criswell. Number 33, Montreal Martin. And number 35, James Deloach. And now, starting up for your Cabot Panther. Assisted by John White and athletic trainer Jen Asbury.
Welcome back to Panther Arena, Cabot fans. I'm Colton Hennessy, and I'll be your play-by-play commentator for the night. And alongside me, your world-class color commentator,
Carson Cook, and I appreciate the intro. Means a lot, Colton. The Panthers are looking to put their lackluster season behind them in the first night of conference play here at home against the Southwest Griffins, who are 3-8. Both teams hold a disappointing record, while Cabot holds a 6-11 record. Definitely a disappointing start to the season, but looking to change it here tonight with playoff hopes in the horizon.
Yeah, and conference play is where it really starts to matter. And here we are. I mean, it hasn't taken much time. And we're ready for some high-level competition because this is where it matters more.
Matter of fact, I was talking to Colton Rosenbaum before the game. He said that exactly. He said it's conference when it matters most. This whole Cabot team knows exactly when they need to shine out and how, and Colton Rosenbaum will hopefully be a great start to that.
And there is a huge defensive stand by the Panthers on the first possession of the game, and Parker Hines wide open in the corner for 3, won't go, but great hustle from Braden Hall, won't be able to tip it to one of his guys, but there's a travel that goes against Jeremy Criswell.
He tried to get it to his teammate there. Jermaine Christopher's arms right in the way, wasn't able to get it there and couldn't make the decision in time.
And a little bit of two-man offense right there. The 3 won't go. And this is a very perimeter-centric Panther offense. And usually they fall. Unfortunately, the first 2 haven't. And there's Little Rock Southwest with the first bucket on the night.
Yeah, the Panthers' first 2 won't go, and the Griffins got their first 2 on the board. The Griffins lead early, 2-0. The Panthers looking to change it here.
And a nice drive and a beautiful find. Assist goes to Goddard and the bucket by Hines.
And Parker Hines been really showing out as a 6-man. Got another start under his belt tonight. He's been averaging around double-digit points for the last few games. Let's see what he can do here as he's got the first 2.
And now Christopher, the explosive guard, will attack the basket, go against a much bigger defender, and won't be able to make the bucket. And on the other end, kind of a smart foul right there from Tripp, making him earn the 2 points at the line.
the team Spartans.
Yeah, these shots here from Jonathan Hudson might be a tone setter here early in this game to get ahead once again. The Panthers haven't had a lead tonight yet, and they're looking to change it on this next possession as Hudson has just opened a window for.
And this may be a little bit off topic, but I've seen a lot of great high school basketball team shoes. But look at what the Griffins have on. My goodness, those are some beautiful kicks.
Yeah, nice to see a team so in sync and in unison, not only on the court, but in the shoe game, as the Panthers will be called for something here. Excuse me, there was just a bit of confusion with the clock, and the Panthers will retain possession.
Yeah, there seems to be some sort of confusion. Happens a lot at the high school level. And just a little bit more of that right here.
Yeah, sad to see it so early into the first conference game of the season, just as things were kicking off for Panther fans. Got them just a bit excited and out of their seats and right back in them, waiting for this game to go on.
I mean, you just gotta love this Panther team, the way that they push the tempo. And they don't usually get too deep in the shot clock. They work the ball around the perimeter for the most part. And if they have an open look, they're gonna take it as soon as possible. Right here, Southwest playing great defense, but a good shot, or a good look, excuse me, by Braden Hall won't go. And Parker Hines able to deflect the ball out of bounds, as it will stay Southwest possession. Looked like Hines might have tipped it into a Southwest player, but to no avail.
And the referees didn't see the same thing as we did here at the table, but it won't matter, as Parker Hines showing his hustle and showing how he earned a starting spot tonight.
And a tough drive, elevates and scores on the block. Great bucket from James DeLoach. The Panthers running the motion offense that works so well. Christopher passes up the three-pointer, and a little bit of confusion on the offense as Hines gets it back out to Dyer. As now Hall on the wing, working it around continuously, and Christopher for three. Off the front of the rim and won't go. And Southwest continues to push the offense, and right there works like a charm. Nice bucket down low in the fast break by Braden Green.
Yeah, and if you continue to push the tempo like that against any team, eventually you'll break the defense. You saw that there as the Griffins got their easiest bucket of the night, and probably the easiest they'll get a look at.
And there was a great use of the body by Grant Goddard, but couldn't get the shot on the low block to fall. And that's going to be a travel, just one too many steps by number one, Jonathan Hudson.
Nice to see if you're a Panther fan, as the Panthers will get another chance on offense. They've had plenty tonight, and just shots aren't falling for this Panther team. A team that relies so much on that perimeter ball, haven't had one tonight.
As Hines in the corner, gets it to Goddard. Hines for three. The high arcing shot will not go, too short. Barely skids the rim, and the Panthers' offensive struggles continue. As the mid-range no good, and Parker Hines skies for the rebound and looks to push the pace.
A little bit of contact there in the backcourt, but no call. It looks like the refs are going to let the boys eat tonight in the first game of conference.
And Jermaine misses Hines on the cut, but luckily saved by Braden Hall. And my goodness, Jermaine Christopher, go to work. Can't get the layup to go, but we'll have two at the line.
Yeah, not much more that you can call Jermaine Christopher than tough. That was a great look at a layup and just fouled down low. They're not going to let him get the chance at his usual acrobatic layups. Instead, they're going to make him earn points from the line.
As Christopher gets the first one to go.
Good game for Cabot. Number 13, Colton Rosenbaum.
And slow starts for both of these teams as Rosie checks in the game, replacing Trip Dyer, and Nate Vance will be the next. But he will just have to wait at the scorer's table for right now, as the second free throw will not fall.
Yeah, and the Panthers needed a little bit more momentum going in to this next possession, as they've missed all their shots but one.
Number 13, Colton Rosenbaum. His first, the team's.
And a foul off the ball by Colton Rosenbaum.
Number 4, Nate Vance.
Can't say I really saw that, but I was watching the ball.
And as you see, Colton Rosenbaum and Nate Vance back onto the court as per usual for Parker Hines and Trip Dyer. Not because that maybe Parker and Trip were the scoring problem, but because it looks like this Panther team just needs a new face early in the game, because they're not looking like themselves.
Yep. And this gives a look at some younger talent as well. Two juniors checking in the game, as Hall on the wing finds Goddard.
Yeah, and developing that younger talent, especially at this level, is so important for schools and teams alike, as it builds up a little bit of confidence for the year that might be their last dance, as it'll be a little bit too much contact on Grant Goddard, and Owen Swanson will come in for Bridgeton Hall.
And it's been a very slow start for this Panther offense. Goddard just trying to get something down low, but better defense from the Griffins. And the Griffins have not had a personnel change since the start of this game. Very interesting to see, especially at the high school level.
Yeah, I mean, but when you're tripling the other team's score, you don't really need to change anything. And I think the Griffins coach has the same mentality, as each one of the Griffins are showing hustle and fight here early.
And there's a ball deflected out of bounds by a Griffin down low, just as you said that. The Panthers are really going to need to get something going, and a great find by Christopher. Beautiful cut from Goddard. 2 points added.
And that's just that senior experience, reading the defense and penetrating the holes in it. That'll get them 2 points. And the Panthers cut down their trail to 4.
Christopher with a nice closeout. And this Panther defense has played fantastically all night long, and it hasn't been the defense's fault that they're trailing in this game, but they're just a great spin move on the younger Rosenbaum. Puts 2 more on the board. And Christopher to Vance in the corner, but cannot get the 3 to go. And the perimeter-centric offense seems to be hurting the Panthers early in this first.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it hurts a lot when you haven't made one from the perimeter all night, not from lack of tries, as each one of them failed to find the net, and the Griffins don't get the same luck with a tough layup there.
And fantastic closeout by Owen Swanson, but nobody boxed out, and that led to the offensive rebound and putback, as Christopher with a nice find down low and an easy bucket for Rosie.
Christopher typically takes those layups, as we know he can and has done time and time again. Great awareness to get it to his younger teammate, Colton Rosenbaum, to answer back. Not the best shot I've ever seen.
Yeah, definitely not. Awkward out of the hand. Definitely not a high percentage three-point shooter, and you could tell just by the form. As Hall comes in the game for Swanson. And now Christopher going to work. Rosie straightaway 3, and that's a 3-point bomb from Miss Wilson's favorite student.
And Jermaine Christopher, you saw him shaking his head and pointing at Rosie. He wants to do it again, as he knows he can do. Jermaine Christopher will be getting it to Colton Rosenbaum a lot and often tonight.
Yeah, and Rosenbaum has another year I mean, I can't even imagine what he's going to do on this court next year. As Southwest clearly looking for the last shot. The three is away, and it is good. Clock doesn't stop. Christopher just launches that thing off the side of the rim. Won't go in. And the Panthers trail 16-10 going into the second quarter.
Yeah, and we've seen both of these teams have nothing short of a disappointing season so far. But with the first night of conference play, the 3-8 Griffins look quite different than they have all season. And the Cabot Panthers look a lot worse.
Yeah, and this is a Cabot Panther team that held their own against some of the best teams in the state. Come in here maybe with the wrong mindset, thinking this is going to be a cakewalk. And the Griffins, props to them, they've made it tough.
Yeah, I mean, really, Colton, I think it comes down to the ego. When you inflate a balloon too much, what does it do? It pops. And the Panthers might have inflated it a little bit too much coming into this matchup. They're going to have to try again and win these next three quarters if they want a chance at this Griffins team.
And it wouldn't surprise me one bit if they find their way back into this game. The offense started clicking later on in that first period. Christopher with some driving dishes, got some open looks, and just if he can keep the momentum, I mean, the Panthers will find their way back into this one tonight.
And you know what? We say all these things about them losing and maybe their ego being a little bit high, but don't we always see them coming back and crawling their way back to make these games close?
Yes, they always make the game close. Right there, a blocking foul against the Griffins. But Carson, I mean, you're completely correct. It doesn't matter the caliber of team they're playing. It seems like the game always finishes in around a 5-point margin.
Yeah, I mean, good teams, bad teams. It's been a problem and a success to this Panthers team that they've played with their competition all year long, as Rosie will miss his second three.
And made the first, so not really a bad look, as the pull-up J from mid-range hangs on the rim and finally falls after a friendly bounce.
Yeah, awfully friendly was that bounce, and the Panthers just not having the same kind of luck.
And Christopher for three after the nice dribble move, puts his defender on skates and finishes the play. Beautiful shot from J2.
Yeah, and J2 has had a problem all season where he wants to be a little bit too generous to his teammates, missing out on the open shots from the arch, and Jermaine Christopher really shaping up, coming later into the season, taking those open shots and having a little bit more confidence in his jumper.
And right there, the answer by the Griffins. And Christopher finds Hall on the catch and shoot three. Won't go. Put back layup by Christopher. He's going to put the offense on his back and go to work. Christopher with the quick 6 in this first half.
And Hall just shaking his head after that one. He expects better from himself, as he is better than that. And with no points on the board so far, or excuse me, only 2 points on the board so far tonight, he's looking for more perimeter play.
And there's a steal by Christopher. Just carry this team, pushing the tempo in the fast break, looking for an assist. Vance will not get it to go. And the ball stays in Panther possession after the great hustle from Goddard down low.
Yeah, and Jermaine, J2, Christopher is having a night so far. Maybe not on the scorecard, but steals, hustle, and overall impact on this game has been absolutely impressive.
This is what the Panthers need to do. They need to work the ball through Christopher, as that's exactly what's worked. Passes up the three, finds Vance from deep. Won't go, off the back of the rim. And the rebound by the Griffins as they continue to just push the tempo. And a great block by Grant Goddard. And it looks like Panther possession.
Number 5, Parker Hines. Number 14, Lewis.
Yeah, James Deloach just tried to get his hand in there and get that ball. Wasn't able to. Instead, he pokes it away. And back to that last possession for the Panthers. Nate Vance taking, for some would call an ill-advised 3. But, man, I like the look from Nate Vance, as we all know he can hit it.
And the threes continue not to fall, but a tough bucket on the offensive rebound by Grant Goddard. Man, go to work.
Yeah, this Panther team looks better and better on each possession, but they have yet to have a lead in the night. The Griffins with a score here can put it out of reach for at least the next possession, and the Panthers need a stop.
The Panthers right there forced a timeout by the Griffins, but wow, I mean, just a complete turnaround. The Griffins have not let off the gas pedal by any means, but the Panthers have just simply played better, currently winning this quarter by 3 points, trimmed the deficit at the end of the first to 3. And clear frustration from Panther fans.
Yeah, I mean, they expect better. The Cabot Panthers have been a staple and a big name throughout all the sports they've competed in 7A sports. But here this year, with a 6-11 start going into conference play, now losing by 3 to a team that these Panther fans thought was going to be a blowout at home. I don't know. As a Panther fan, I'd be a little bit disappointed to see the scoreboard right now.
Yeah, and I mean, Southwest doesn't have a shabby team by any means. They've got talented players, but just their basketball team is much like their school. It's simply undeveloped. They haven't been around for the longest time, so their sports are lacking. And that's not just in athletic talent by the players, but it's by the coaches as well. I mean, it takes time to build a solid program, and the Griffins just haven't had that. So props to them going into a very highly established program, Zarina, and then coming out with a lead. I mean, it's tremendous what we've seen. And there's a top of the key 3, won't go from Rosenbaum. A great look, just couldn't get it to fall.
And I don't know if you saw it, but Owen Swanson wanted that 3 ball in the corner, seemingly guarded by the ref there, and Panther fans were highly disappointed not to see him take that high percentage shot.
And great help defense right there from Christopher, forcing the Griffins to start over at half court. Shot clock inside 10. Starts ticking inside 5. He just chunks up a shot off the backboard, won't fall. Swanson looking to slow the pace. Christopher wants to attack and blows the layup after a nice use of his body. Griffin possession.
I mean, it was a good look from Jermaine Christopher, but he had the layup and the open man in the corner, Parker Hines. That's a high percentage shot for Hines, and instead of taking the triple guarded layup, I think I would have dished it out there.
Yeah, and that's one thing that a high school player simply isn't going to understand. They can't make perfect reads every single play, but for what Christopher can do with this offense, passing and scoring, I mean, truly tremendous at the high school level. As Hines in the corner for 3, won't go. And a tough rebound by the Griffins as they continue to push the pace. And the quick shot is up and in. Man, the Griffins looking to turn it around.
Yeah, and that puts this young Griffins team up by 5 here away. And so far from home, their lead gets cut down to just 2 from the nice shot from Parker Hines.
And that's what you love to see, Hines with confidence. I mean, you could just tell going in rhythm with that shot. He knew it was going in from the moment it left his hands. Now the Griffins look to go to work and get some more points added on to their lead. As the 3 won't go off the back of the rim, tipped out of bounds by Goddard.
and not only tip, but they'll call it a foul. Trying to get to the ball, and now Trip Dyer will come in for the one and only Grant Goddard.
And I mean, what can you do, really? This Panther team, much smaller than every other team that they compete against. And that proving to be the case tonight as well. As the Griffins working it around, looking for a good look on the drive, and the layup is good. But that is a charge drawn.
Yeah, Trip Dyer knew he probably wasn't getting up there to block that ball, so why not take the charge? And it works just as well as a block. And now the Panthers will get a chance at taking the lead for the first time here at home against this young Griffins team.
And what's great about these Panthers is they are not scared to sacrifice their bodies, showing it there as Swanson wants to take another three, passes it up. The Panthers looking to go to work, and Rosie called for a travel, a common call tonight.
But you know, like to see this, the point guard Jermaine Christopher trying to coach up the young player Colton Rosenbaum. With a smile on his face, Rosie accepts the criticism with a little bit more of a kind-hearted demeanor than most would.
Right, and that's, I mean, just fantastic that the Panthers have such a tight-knit group that they are always on the same page. Unfortunately, right there, defensively, that did not seem to be the case.
Yeah, Parker Hines trying to get out there on the closeout, and number 3, Braden Green, just blows right by him. Green showing off his elite quickness tonight.
And Hines spots Trip on the roll. Dyer with 2, and a beautiful dime from Parker Hines. The Griffins look to put some more points on the board. The deficit has been shrunk to only 2, but extended to 4. Shot clock is off. The Panthers will look for the last shot before halftime.
Yeah, and they'll need something here just for a little bit of pride going into half, knowing that they probably shouldn't be down to this Griffins team. Jermaine Christopher just waiting out this Griffins defense, seeing how long they'll let him sit in that corner.
Yeah, and 10 seconds remaining. Ticking inside 10. Christopher will go to work. Reverse layup, and oh my goodness, just absolutely hacked. Sound like a slap in the face from over here.
Yeah, I mean, that's just not a very classy foul from the Griffins, and with 2.7 seconds left in the half, Jermaine Christopher will go to the line.
Yeah, and we knew what we were going to see from the first play whenever they fouled Christopher on one of his drives. I mean, I understand sending a message, but that's truly excessive. And you wonder if maybe a flagrant call will be coming.
And Christopher now 3 from 4 on the night from the line. And the Griffins having to deal with this press defense with just 2 seconds left.
And maybe got it off in time, but it won't matter. Off the backboard, and the Panthers will head to the locker room for halftime. Down 2 to the Griffins, 26-24, and we will catch y'all in the second half.
Panthers 24, Little Rock Southwest. For your halftime entertainment, Cabot High School dance team.
School Board Recognition Month. This month-long observance is an excellent opportunity for the Cabot School District and community to build a stronger understanding of the crucial role school boards play. Board members are elected volunteers who give countless hours of their time to ensure the success of our students. Please join us in recognizing our 7 outstanding school board members. Sarah Owen, President. Joe Trusty, Vice President. Dr. James Herzog, Secretary. Pam Clem. Marvin Jones. Kevin Tipton, and Corey Williams. We are grateful to our Cabot School Board members for their leadership and commitment to our students and staff. Thank you for your service and hard work to ensure the Cabot School District is the best district in the state.
And go Panthers!
basket.
Hello and welcome back to the second half of Cabot Panther basketball as the Panthers look to turn it around, and some early momentum for the Panthers. Christopher in the fast break with a beautiful jelly lay as he ties the game up for the first time since 0-0.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shift that the Panthers need to get on top early in this quarter. As, like I said before, after the first, they're going to have to win every quarter they play to get back in the game with this Griffins team, and so they did, setting it at 26-26.
And an ill-advised pass by Jermaine Christopher. The Griffins in the fast break, and a foul down low, as they'll put that one on Trip Dyer. And the Griffins have shot just okay tonight from the line, as there's an early miss on the first try.
James DeLoach going 2 for 2 here at the line, or excuse me, 1 for 2 here at the line, and sets the Griffins up above, like we've said multiple times tonight, at 26-27.
And this is where the Panthers offense succeeds, whenever they run the ball through Jermaine Christopher. And tough defense on Braden Hall, as the ball continues to get poked away, and he just has to give it up to Goddard, as Hines now working in the corner, get a nice move and a little tough jumper on the low block, gets it to fall. What play!
And for the first time tonight, Parker Hines gives the Panthers a lead. And like I said earlier, the refs are letting the boys play tonight in the first half of conference play. And just as I say that, an elbow to the face of Parker Hines changes my tone just a bit.
My goodness. Whenever you get to see Parker Hines going to work on the offensive end, I mean, there's not much better. You can tell that him and Jermaine Christopher are very close. I mean, very similar styles of play, except Hines is more perimeter centered. But they both know how to attack the basket. Hines showing it there. And then on the other end, draws a charge. I mean, what more could you ask for out of the senior, Parker Hines?
Yeah, Parker Hines is making a run for Sixth Man of the Year, and maybe even a starting position as we saw him in tonight. And because of his charge, the Panthers get a chance at extending their lead for the first time tonight.
And what you'd love to see from Parker is some isolation play, but he's also been extremely efficient tonight.
And speaking of isolation play, Jermaine Christopher with a gravity-defying layup.
Carson, I feel like I ask this every game, at least once a game. How in the world did Jermaine Christopher pull that off?
And poking it away on the defensive end, too. Jermaine Christopher's got it all around.
I mean, what can't he do? And a tough drive to the basket and an easy layup for Jonathan Hudson.
Yeah, Hudson has made his mark on this game with 11 points, the second leading scorer among both teams. Number one being yours truly, number two, Jermaine Christopher at 12 as he misses his third three ball of the night.
As he tried to make it 15, unfortunately couldn't get it to fall. And a tough shot. They'll call a foul a little bit after the shot. Christopher doesn't seem like he's contesting it too much. It seems he knows that he is a little too handsy.
Jonathan Hudson will continue to make his mark on this game and tie Jermaine Christopher at 12 points. And now he gets a chance at extending it and becoming the leading scorer in tonight's matchup.
And Hudson in the first half was kind of quiet. I mean, we didn't see isolation play from him like we're seeing here in the second half. And it seems like he's doing better, even being guarded by the tough defender in Jermaine Christopher.
Yeah, Hudson is looking good as Panthers offense really trying to get something going here.
And Hines with a tough drive. What a bucket from Parker Hines. He now has 9 on the evening.
And I mean, from the bench to the sixth man to a starter here in the third quarter, Parker Hines has 9 points. And you know, I believe I called it last year as we got to see Parker Hines just for a little bit get 7 points in less than 1.5 minutes. Very and thoroughly impressed last year. I said that man is going to be a starter next year, and proving me right is Parker Hines.
And I mean, we've always known he's a dynamic scorer. He's worked on his game defensively as well. As a little bit of miscommunication and a turnover, but there's a blocking foul called on Colton Rosenbaum. And we'll send the Griffins to the line once again.
Yeah, he tried to get his feet set there, just wasn't able to. And there goes number 33 to the line.
As the first one will fall. The Griffins look to tie the game, won't be able to do so, and the Panthers will look to add on to this very slim 1-point lead. It's Hall now on the wing. Rosie up top, gives it to Hines, and Hines stutters his feet. Tough break for the Panther offense.
And you like to see that relationship with Parker Hines and Coach Bailey. He looked back at Coach, asking, did I really travel? And Coach Bailey gave him a quick nod, and right back on defense is Parker Hines.
You love to see that from this Panther team. Have struggled everywhere except for the team chemistry department. And showing that there as another bucket comes down low for the Griffins, exploiting the mismatches on the smaller defender. And Hines with a set shot 3 won't be able to get it to fall, and it's out on the Griffins.
Yeah, just playing sloppy with the basketball there was the Griffins. Trying to secure the rebound, wasn't able to, and sends it straight into the cheerleaders. The Panthers will regain possession and get another chance at that missed 3 ball.
As Christopher now on the wing. A great backdoor cut from Braden Hall, and an even better find from Trip Dyer, setting up the easy bucket. Laid up off the glass, and the Panthers reclaim the lead.
Yeah, it's been neck and neck here in the third period. Not so much in the first and second for either team. And the Griffins letting it get to their head as that pass goes sailing out of bounds.
As Hines forces the turnover. And Goddard will come into the game for Trip Dyer. And this is a completely different Panther team than what we had saw early on. As Hall in the corner for 3, he knocks it down. But there was a charge as Christopher couldn't slow his momentum after the pass, and the shot is waved off.
His first, the team's fourth.
Yeah, and Braden Hall's first 3 on the night comes, or first made 3 on the night, excuse me, comes after the whistle and will not count. Maybe, just maybe, this is starting to get to Hall's head.
And you can only hope it doesn't. His teammates are there to cheer him on. That was a fantastic look And the Griffins trying to exploit the small team that the Panthers possess. Right there, does not work in their favor. And Rosenbaum shuffles his feet before putting the ball on the deck. And another turnover for the Cabot Panthers.
Yeah, and Colton Rosenbaum not very happy with that call. He'll give the ball to Coach Bailey, and Coach Bailey can handle the rest. He doesn't want to deal with that ref anymore.
As the Griffins working it around, and what a save. I mean,
yeah, almost another pass sailing out of bounds, and a nice save by Hudson as he is fouled with his own teammate's three not counting.
I mean, a lucky break for the Panthers, all in all.
His first.
But due to it being the 5th team foul, the Griffins will be in the bonus.
Yeah, with 1:39 left in the third period, the Panthers are going to have to cut back a little bit on these fouls, sending too many Griffins to the line and giving them too many free looks at points, as Hudson will sink his first and look for a second.
And Hudson continues to be fantastic like he has been this whole second half. As Nate Vance will check into the game. The second free throw will not go. I mean, the Griffins cannot seem to make 2 free throws in a row. Every single player has gone to the line and went 1 and 1.
Maybe just a lack of discipline at the line, and with a nice move, the Griffins will get 2 down low, making it a 3-point possession.
As Jermaine Christopher goes to work. Vance passed up the open 3. He won't pass that one up, and it won't fall. A good look for Nate Vance, but
0 for 3 turns 0 for 4, and Nate Vance with his head down, getting back on defense solemnly.
As the Panthers locking up on defense. They've been exploited down low this whole entire night. And this physical brand of basketball continues to work. We got to see Braden Green get his own miss and make a tough layup, as Christopher makes a tough layup of his own on the other end, getting Panther fans something to cheer about. The Panthers down 2.
The Griffins are going to have to extend this lead to keep Jermaine Christopher and the Panthers away.
And a loose ball foul down low. Fantastic acting from Grant Goddard to draw the foul. If you can't grab a rebound over somebody, sometimes you just got to act like you've been pummeled by prime Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I mean, he sure is looking like it on the court tonight, getting every rebound he wishes. And this Panther team might have to hit the floor a little bit more often to keep possession in this ball game.
As Christopher will go to work. 5 seconds remaining, and he hasn't made a move yet. He'll go up. Tough shot. And he knocks it down at the buzzer to send us into the 4th quarter. The Panthers will have a 1-point lead. What a shot from J2.
And Jermaine Christopher with the trifecta deep from the arc, contested. He wanted that shot himself, and that puts the Panthers with a 1-point lead going into the 4th.
I guess you can never doubt that man. I was wondering why he was taking so long, but he knew exactly what he wanted to do. Had the clock running down in his mind, put it up with perfect timing, and nothing but nylon from J2.
I mean, Jermaine, we've begged you to start taking threes all season, and here when it really matters, you take that shot. That was beautiful, J2, and I hope you get to hear this. because you look like prime Kobe out there.
Man, I don't know if I would say another player could even come close to Kobe Bryant on the court, especially in a high school game. But if I were to go to one player on the court tonight, it would be Jermaine Christopher, as he has truly put the team on his back and gone to work all night long.
And maybe I should have said Kobe-esque, as that shot itself was beautiful, and Fulton Rosenbaum with the layup down low.
And I love whenever they have a little bit of give and go action, as Trip Dyer's made a few beautiful reads, hitting some of his teammates cutting to the basket, as there's a steal by Jermaine Christopher. He hands it off to Braden Hall, blows a fast break layup, and is fouled on his second attempt after grabbing his own miss, and he will go to the line for 2 shots.
And Braden Hall only got 2 points on the night, looking to add to it in a pretty disappointing game for Hall. We've seen him as a shooter all year. We'll see what this shooter can do from the line.
Yeah, as the struggles have been real all night long. Rare struggles from Braden Hall, as he's always a consistent form of offense for this Panther team. Not really been the case tonight, as he looks to make his point total 4, and he will. But this is a guy that's usually putting up double digits every night. The Panthers lead by 5 points, despite some struggles from various players. And what defense, but better offense. The rise and fire from the Griffins will trim the deficit to only 3, and Christopher will slow the pace.
Panther team looking to answer back with a tough layup from Jermaine Christopher. But like you said, this Panther defense not only playing well, but getting some chance here late in the game, as the Panther fans finally have something and someone to cheer for.
And man, I don't know of any other better hype men than Parker Gray and Brandon Wilson. It seems like every time the Panthers put up a shot, they're up out of their seats on the bench, jumping up and down, getting hyped for their teammates. Truly fantastic what the Panthers have on their bench. As Christopher makes the second of his 2 free throws after missing the first. And the Griffins look to go to work.
And I got a chance to talk to Brandon Wilson, a player that you see typically on the bench. Earlier before this game, he said, "Carson, peep the celebrations from the bench tonight. We're going to go crazy." And that they have. They've been incredible hype men for their starters, and really have played their own part in making the Panthers claw back into this game.
And as we're saying that, the and one opportunity at the line for the Griffins, and it falls, trimming the deficit to only 1. Great play all night from James DeLoach.
A little bit of frantic defense here from the Griffins, seeing this win so far from home slipping away. They're playing the press. And DeLoach with a nice towering block.
And a foul down low on Rosenbaum. And Panther fans do not agree with that one.
Good luck, 13! Is third, the team's second.
And the first free throw capitalizing on a incorrect call. Can be pretty frustrating for the Cabot Panthers.
I mean, as a hometown kid from Cabot myself, a little bit frustrating for me to see that beautiful block you don't get to see quite often here in basketball. Get called for a foul. Fortunately, it won't matter too much as the game still stays tied at 44-44.
And Hall on the attack after putting his defender on skates. Won't get the shot to fall, but will go to the line for two.
And the bench just going insane for their teammate Braden Hall. After a nice look at a layup, he's fouled, and he'll go to the line to add for a lead.
And what we usually see putting defenders on the ground is usually from crossovers, nice dribble moves, but right there was a pump fake and a jab step. I mean, unbelievable ball skills for Braden Hall.
Yeah, I mean, and when you say basketball, that's what I think of. That's what the fans love to watch, and that's what we love to watch as Braden Hall puts the Panthers up 46-44.
Braden Hall playing lockdown defense on the wing. And a tough floater won't go, but he grabs his own miss, goes up, and that won't fall either. Rosenbaum goes up for the board, but it hits off of his foot and rolls out of bounds.
And Jonathan Hudson letting the noise in Panther Arena get to him just a little bit as he'll miss two shots. And his teammate James Deloach will go to the line once again.
And what a game it's been for those two, Jonathan Hudson and James Deloach. I mean, they've been putting on a show all night for the Griffins.
Yeah, it seems almost like just a two-man show as each player has 13 and 14, now 15 for Deloach, and the rest of the team with a lackluster 2 to 3 range. It's been a two-man show from Southwest. Let's see how they can continue. Deloach ties it up at 46-46, making both of his free throws.
Christopher now looking to push the pace. Hall in the corner for three, and it falls. There is no better time to knock down a three than crunch time. Braden Hall putting on a show late here in this game, putting the Panthers up by 3. And a rough pass, stepping out of bounds as a Griffin, and a turnover by Marion Stout.
Yeah, and Braden Hall, it took him about 3 quarters to warm up, but here in the fourth, he's looking like his old self again.
I mean, if it takes that long, but the Panthers can come away with a win, that's all that matters to Braden Hall. As right there, as we're talking is so great about him, he turns it over, leading to a fast break look and a nice layup from Jeremy Criswell. The Panthers find a way to break the press easily. Hines with it now. Hines gets it to Goddard. Swinging it around the perimeter, and a nice cut to the basket by Hall. Hall now has it in the corner as he finds Rosie. Rosie, handoff to Hines, excuse me. Goddard now to Hall. Hall, skip pass, gets stolen as it hung in the mid-air, and oh my goodness, Jermaine Christopher!
Jermaine Christopher with a scouring block above the rim, and the Griffins won't capitalize. Braden Hall with the rebound.
The Panthers slowing up the momentum. Christopher calls a timeout. My goodness. And that looks like NBA Finals Game 7 LeBron on a chase down. My goodness, Jermaine Christopher. How many times do you get to see that at any level of basketball? Christopher elevating, pins it off the backboard. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in person.
And a timeout just saved the Griffins as Panther Arena goes electric for Jermaine Christopher and his block. But Colton, You just told me a few moments ago not to compare Jermaine Christopher to Kobe Bryant, and here you are comparing him to LeBron James. It just slips off the tongue, doesn't it?
I mean, I just can't help it. That was unreal.
And when you get compared to players like that, you got 18 points at home in a game that matters a lot for playoff chances in the horizon. You might just be the next one, as Jermaine Christopher looks stellar tonight.
I mean, he's looked great all season, performing under pressure when it matters most. And I mean, I'm still just in awe of the Jermaine Christopher block that we got to see.
And a lot of people won't take notice of this, but Jermaine Christopher fell back a little bit so he can get that one off the backboard. He didn't go straight up with him. Like the awareness from Jermaine Christopher, and the Panthers are looking to capitalize off of that momentum.
As they're face guarding Christopher on the perimeter, just do not want him to get the ball, but get the ball he does as he wants to attack the basket. Hall now to Rosenbaum. Has a sagging defender, but won't be able to capitalize, but an offensive rebound by Goddard out to Christopher. It won't go. And the two opportunities from three-point land, both to no avail, as the Griffins look to capitalize.
I mean, that just would have been special. I mean, Jermaine's already got the trifecta, the tough layup, the tough three, and the chase down block from behind. To add another three to that would have been spectacular. However, he won't be able to capitalize. And Braden Hall with the tip away.
And Braden Hall with the hustle after getting back on defense. And the tough shot at the end of the shot clock won't go, and the putback won't either. The ball rolling around on the ground, and a foul called. And that one goes against 13 Rosenbaum. A loose ball foul, and the Griffins will retain possession.
And not happy with that. That'll put him at 5, and to the bench, Colton Rosie Rosenbaum goes. And he'll stay there for the rest of this tight fourth quarter. Trip Dyer will meet him in his place.
Trip Dyer making an early impact, but a foul will be called down low.
They called it on Trip Dyer there. He's been really good about understanding that he's a big man. He's got to get his hands straight up in the air. He does it there. Unfortunately, the ref didn't see as much as we did. That's a foul call on Trip Dyer, number 23.
And there he was. I mean, it was the help. He was helping from behind. And Christopher was the one in front, played straight up defense, got all ball. But it seemed like Trip just got a little bit too much of the body. And a clutch free throw, no good. The Panthers will retain the 1-point lead. Christopher with it. Christopher on the attack, wants to go coast to coast, but will be fouled down low. It'll be a blocking foul, and the Panthers will have it baseline out of bounds.
Yeah, and they're not going to say it was on the shot there as Jermaine Christopher hits the deck.
And Panther fans trying to get him to call a shooting foul. Clearly adamant, as there's even Panther fans filming the game themselves, as they want to show the refs what they saw. And from here, I mean, I couldn't really tell if he was going up with a shot. I knew his whole entire intention was to go up with the ball, but it seemed like he might have went down just a little bit before. Here we are getting the replay, and sure enough, he was going up. And great awareness from the Panther fans.
Yeah, we got to see the replay from the iPhone. And straight up in the air was Jermaine Christopher. That seems almost like a very obvious foul on the shot. Unfortunately, I think the refs will stick with what they had. and they'll say it was on the floor.
And at this level of basketball, there's a lot of missed calls considering the fact that these referees, they're professionals, but they're not NBA refs at the end of the day. And there's no replay. You can't go back and say, hey, you missed this. And the Panthers not benefiting from that. But right there, you can't deny that one. The foul was on the shot after Tripp went up and got his own board, as he will have 2 shots at the line like Christopher should have had on the possession before.
And you know, no matter what, the team caliber, the refs' decisions throughout the night, the Panthers sure enough seem to climb into every game they've played and trailed in. And now Tripp Dyer will look to add 1 to his score.
He won't get it to go. The ball pinballing around between the big men down low, and a great steal on the pass. Beautiful interception from Goddard, and now Hall on the attack. He's going up for the shot, and 1! Braden Hall with the tough bucket.
And the Griffin cannot believe it. He's asking the ref how.
I mean, he can't be asking how's that a foul. It's got to be how did Braden Hall just get that up over me and put it in. The and 1 opportunity, he will miss the free throw. Panthers lead by 3, 2 minutes, 10 seconds and ticking left in tonight's matchup.
Yeah, and what may have been big, putting that 2 possessions away from the Griffins, Braden Hall will miss his free throw for the first time tonight, and it stays at 3 as the Panthers lead 51-48, and Panther Arena has a favorite.
And an open 3, but a great closeout from Parker Hines, forcing the miss. Jermaine Christopher pushing the tempo. Decides to slow it down on the wing, wants to drive, showcasing some beautiful dribble moves, and it gets himself open for 3. Nylon, Jermaine Christopher with the clutch 3.
The trifecta from Jermaine Christopher will put it at 2 possessions. 6 points away from the Griffins is the Panthers.
And there's a poke away. Griffins retain possession. Will the Panthers be able to get back on defense quick enough? They won't. And there's a timeout called by the Griffins following the bucket. Fantastic play from the Cabot Panthers.
Yeah, and Coach Chris Brett there knows that there's a momentum shift. He knows that this young team might not be able to handle the noise here in Panther Arena, especially down by 3 possessions. Panthers lead by just 4 now, and the Griffins have a chance.
Man, it's going to take a lot. It's Panther ball. Coach Bailey drawing up a play. Goddard seems to be the one to inbound the ball, and he sticks with his all-senior lineup late in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, and one of those seniors in particular, Tripp Dyer, might just have to be a little careful as he's got 4 fouls, trying not to foul out here so late in the game. There's just a minute 10 left. The Panthers look to add to this lead.
The Panthers will continue to work the ball around the perimeter, trying to get it to Christopher. Won't be able to this time, but this time they will. Christopher with a beautiful crossover, trying to get it out to Goddard. He does. Hall now on the wing. Hall will attack. A spin move, and he's blocked, showcasing the wingspan as the Griffins look to score in transition. A tough fadeaway from the free throw line won't go. And a bucket. After the ball just rolls around down low, bouncing all over the place, finds a Griffin's hand. and he's able to put it up and score with 30.5 seconds left in this game. The Panthers lead by 2.
Yeah, and Coach Threat of the Griffins is not allowing the Panthers to answer back, as he has learned tonight they so often do. And the Panthers lead 54-52 and have a long time to think about how much this next possession matters.
And you got to think, here you want your best lineup on the floor, but you also want your best free throw shooters. Here late, it's guaranteed that there will be some intentional fouls since it's such a close game. And that's if the Panthers don't score right here. I believe, yeah, both teams right now are in the bonus. The Panthers will have possession of the basketball. And we got a nail biter on our hands, folks. It will be Goddard to inbound. All 4 remaining players of the Panthers lined up around the perimeter. And there is a foul off the ball, a hold. Remains Panther possession, but not only Panther possession, with the Panthers being in the bonus, they will have 2 free throws coming up. Trip Dyer, the shooter.
Trip Dyer, they call him the shooter, but not so much tonight. He's gone over 2, and with huge free throws on the line, a lot of eyes on you. Let's see what Dyer can do.
And man, can this man perform under pressure. The clutch free throw, he has the chance to extend it to a 2-possession game. Will the moment be too big? It seems it is off the front of the rim. The Griffins have to score quickly here. On the attack, the 3 is up. Won't go. Rebound, Braden Hall, and he is fouled right away. Braden Hall will have 2 free throws at the line and has the chance to put this game on ice.
Braden Hall with a big-time rebound here late in the game. The Panthers are up by 3. He can put it 2 possessions away. We've seen this Braden Hall, number 1, struggle so far in this game and turn it on just a bit here in the 4th quarter. His first is good, and 2 possessions away are the Griffins with 20.1 seconds left in this matchup.
Clutch free throw from Braden Hall. Maybe the most clutchest point of the night, or the most clutch point of the night, excuse me, and he will knock down another one. 5-point game. It's going to take a quick bucket on the attack. The easy layup falls, and the Griffins are going to have to foul right away. As now Goddard looks to get it in. He gets it into Hines. Hines is fouled quickly, but a whole lot of time comes off the clock. Only 3 seconds remaining. And man,
just electrifying this Panther team. And the Panthers up by 3 here with 3 seconds left. Parker Hines with 1 made shot here ices the game. Let's see if number 5, the newly found starter, can do it. It dribbles in, and just about game over. Parker Hines will put himself in double digits, and the Panthers history books for a while.
I mean, amazing play from the Cabot Panthers as Hines knocks them both down in clutch time. And this game is all but over, folks. The final buzzer will sound, and the last shot won't go. The Panthers win in a tough one.
Yeah, that was an extremely close matchup. A matchup that we thought may go either way, but the Panthers finally get the edge on the Griffins. An incredible showing from not only Parker Hines, who just iced the game, but Jermaine Christopher with a calm 21 points.
And this one was nothing short of a nail-biter as it ends in a 59-54 win by the Panthers in the first game of conference play. Join us January 19th at home against Bryant. I've been your play-by-play commentator, Colton Hennessy, and alongside me, your color commentator,
Carson Cook.
Have a great night, Panther fans.